YouTube, what's happening? It is Sunday morning, July 28th. When I mean morning, I mean super morning because it is 1:34 the a.m. on the East Coast here. I just finished watching the UFC fights, and I thought to myself, there was no chance in hell I was going to wake up early enough to even attempt to film a video this morning, because you can see 11:35 is when the game starts. Sunday morning baseball, right? And then all the games are like 1 and 2 o'clock. So I had to jump on this early. So I have enough time to film it. So you guys have enough time to watch this. So we're doing this early. I'm going to upload it super early, and hopefully you have enough time to see it. So yeah, drop a like and subscribe just for that right there. Going above and beyond, extra mile, right? So anyways, a little recap from today, from Saturday, if you will. I went 9-8 minus 0.08 units. So basically break even. That's 58.67 units on the season still. No change here at all. So this was Saturday. There was some things that could have went better. I mean, Boston kind of choked it away to New York. KC allowed Chicago to have like a massive breakout, so you know. But Miami team totals, though, those are great still. We love those. So either way, it was a nothing day overall. Watched all the UFC. That was great. Wish I should have made a UFC video. I should have. It was some good fights, but then some absolutely boring fights too. So that's UFC though. So either way, I digress. Like I said, this is the day. Today we have all these games. All the pictures are listed. Should be pretty nice. So let's go ahead and jump to that first game right now. All right, first game, we got Cincinnati and Tampa at 11:35 Eastern. I wish they would stop putting in one game at 11:30 on Sundays. I just wish they would, but they'll never will, because why not? Either way, I digress. Again, we have Cincy as a pretty slight favorite on the road, 7.5 total. Looking at the bats, 52.9% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Tampa won Saturday's game 4-0. You can see the offenses still aren't that good. 188 batting in the last three for Cincy for 27th, while only getting 4 runs for 19th. Tampa 6.3 runs for 7th, 287 for 8th. So the offense does lean Tampa. Looking at the pitchers a little closer, we got Hunter Green going out there. Hasn't faced Tampa recently, but you can see he got roughed up against Pitt. But outside of that, dude's been pretty stellar. Cannot complain about those numbers. And Sean Armstrong's going out there. He is a relief pitcher. You can see he's a bullpen dude. He is not going to pitch more than an inning, maybe 2. Who knows? So that makes this game hard, because we don't know who's going to be coming in next. And still, it's trade deadline time, and you got to understand, Tampa is selling the entire team, it feels like. So who knows who's going to be there by the time the video goes up? They might trade 6 more people. Who knows? So yeah, you can see that. And even though he comes in the game, Deuce can still get rocked. I mean, yeah. So Hunter Green, massive advantage on the pitching. Clearly, Tampa slightly there on the bats, so I got to cancel those 2 out. So I cannot pick a side, because I just don't trust Cincy's bats. Look at those numbers; those are not good. So let's look closer at some props, see if anything stands out. I can do Hunter Green matchup, him, Tampa history. See what we got. No home runs out there, nothing really on the bats, so nothing stands out. Tampa versus righties, they're better against lefties. And just look at the hundreds, look at these averages. You take Randy out the lineup, and it just. Ooh, Rosario's 309, but nothing stands out. Let's look at some props, see if anything stands out. So we're doing this together right now, because I have not had a chance to look at these yet. So I'm seeing these for the first time. So earned runs is a no, walks is a no, and pitching outs is no. And I mean, I can't really do anything, but I can see the matchup though. That's what I want to see. Armstrong history. There is some history, but not much. Cincy versus righties. For 1 inning at least. So we don't know who's coming in, but for 1 inning you can see what they do. So not much there, and I'm not even looking at props, because all it is strikeouts, and we can't really do anything. So for this one, it's the early game. It's kind of weird to begin with. I don't have a side to go with. I lean Cincy with the pitching heavily. If anything, Tampa's offense versus Cincy's bats is the key here. I don't trust Tampa's bullpen at all. I don't trust Cincy's offense at all. So this game feels weird to me. I don't trust a Nerfy. I'm just going to pass completely on this game and move on to the next one. All right, next up, we got Cleveland and Philadelphia. Philly is a pretty slight to moderate favorite at home. 9.5 is a total. Looking at the bats, 47.2% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. You can see Cleveland's offense is struggling. 1 running game in the last 3 for 30th. 185 average for 28th, and they just have not been good. Philly 4.3 with a 260. They won 6 You can see what they've done. They won 8-0 today. Somehow they hit the under, so they did great. They are striking out a little bit though. That is key to see. Let's look at the pitching matchups. We got Joey Cantillo, who exactly, because he has no stats, but apparently he is going to be the starter for Cleveland, and you can see he's 24, 6'4", 225 from Hawaii, from the minors. And Colby's going out there. He hasn't pitched since 2023, so his last game was literally over a year ago against the White Sox. Hey, he faced Cleveland in 2023, July 4th, and gave up 5 innings and did decent. So, I mean, this is a rough one. It's going to be a rough day. I just have a feeling this whole day is going to be rough. So, yeah, so let's see. I mean, can we even try to get anything close? No. I can't even get props. There's no props on this because dude hasn't pitched in over a year, and the other dude has never pitched in the majors. So nothing here on the pitching. We can look at bats. If you want to take Philly's about the best chance you're going to get because, I mean, looking at his numbers, 7-4 over an inning and a half against Chicago last year. This is just a shot in the dark, really, if anything. So, and we like to fade first-time pitchers around here. If it's your first welcome to the majors, you're getting faded. And you're facing Philly now against Cleveland. You know what I've got to do? I got to do it. I got to take me a Philly money line on this one. I don't trust a Nerfy now, not with these pitchers. No shot. I don't even, 9.5. I don't know if I trust the over-under. I'm going to take Philly money line on this one. We're going to fade Mr. Cantillo and just move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got San Diego and Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore's a pretty heavy favorite. 9.5 is the total. Looking at the bats, we see 46.9% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Looking at the numbers, a lot of single digits on one side, and that is the San Diego side. They have won 7 games in a row. You got to pay attention to things like that. Streaks matter in baseball more than any other sport because they play every single day. So 6 runs, 300 average. That's 9th and 6th in the majors in the last 3. Baltimore 5 runs, 252. That's middle of the road, not bad, just not San Diego good. And San Diego strikes out less than most teams. So looking at the pitching, we got Vasquez going out there for San Diego. Has not faced Baltimore recently. Got roughed up bad against Philly. But outside of that, dude's been good. I mean, every game's good except this game he fell apart. And pitchers do that. Occasionally they'll fall apart. So, hey, they're just not on their stuff that day. So, yeah, he's pretty good. Suarez is going out there for Baltimore, and you can see what he has done. He fell apart here, but he kind of fell apart there too. It was Miami. I mean, we know Miami team totals are hitting like crazy right now, but like, come on, bro. It's Miami. So 6-4. I mean, I got a lean Vasquez here. So I have a lean on the pitcher. I have a lean on the bats. Funny thing is, I have no props for this game. This is the one downfall of doing this at 1:45 in the morning. I just don't, none of it's been fully uploaded yet, so I don't have props to work with, so we're not going to do them. We're going to skip them, so that's fine, no big deal. We have these numbers, and I have a pitching advantage. I think San Diego's better on the bats. They got the winning streak, so in some reason, Baltimore's favored. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm going to take San Diego money line. I don't care. Should I take that or should I take plus? Ooh, plus 1.5 is minus 146. Nope, I'm taking money line. I'm going to roll the dice a little bit. We're going to have a little fun. Plus 145, I'll take that. So San Diego money line. I'm not taking a Nerfy in this one. No shot. I can't take any props. I'm already taking the money line. 9.5. These pitchers are pretty decent. If anything, I lean under. So team totals. No, because I don't trust team totals. So I'll just take San Diego money line. Just move on to the next game. All right, next up, Texas in Toronto. We have it pretty much a pick 'em. 8.5 is a total. Looking at the bats, we see 41.6 Nerfy. The Nerfy's been super low in all these. You can see neither team's on really a big streak. Toronto's 1-2. The last two in this series, 3.3 runs, 245 for Texas. That's 24th and 18th in their last three. They're starting to downtrend, not good. Toronto, you can see, is trending upwards, 4.3 with 287. That's 15th and 8, including they batted 417 today. That's amazing. That's first in the majors. Good job, guys. And strikeouts, nothing really stands out. So pitching, Berrios is going out there, and dude gives up runs to everyone. There you go. That's him. That's his breakdown. So, and he hasn't faced Texas. So, yeah, John Gray has been doing better. I mean, July was rough. The couple games in July were, June were terrible. This game was good, but then he's gotten better. He's doing better. So I'm not giving it was the White Sox and the Angels, but San Diego and Baltimore, those are pretty good. And I can't complain about those. So, not Toronto anywhere, so I would lean John Gray. Berrios is going to give up runs. That's all I know. If anything, let's look back. Texas, their offense is downtrending. I don't want to take a team total with them. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Toronto versus Gray. That's a matchup. Let's look a little closer because we do have props for this. So we can do matchups. Berrios, history, bang. Oh, Marcus here has him a home run, and Grossman has a home run. You can see the averages and what they've done recently. 444 with 18 at-bats. That's not bad. Pretty good, if you ask me. So, in Texas versus righties, there you go. You can see all the numbers. Nothing really stands out. There ain't no 300s on here, that's for sure. So, Texas offense has been struggling all year, and that's going to continue to struggle probably. So, but they do get Berrios, so they should get to have some fun. So, Berrios earned runs is only 2.5. What? Why? Why is it only 2.5? We'll come back. Strikeouts, no. Hits. He doesn't give up many hits. He's up and down on hits, and his pitching outs he's up and down. I mean, look at this. Look at this. The whole year he was great to start the year, but dude has fallen apart recently. So, yeah, I gotta take that. Berrios over 2.5 run runs. Yeah, we got to add that one to the list for sure. Let's pop over to Gray. Look at his matchup. Bang, bang. Here we go. Turner has 2 home runs and 28 bats for a 393 average. That's interesting. Rashad, you can see he has one. Toronto versus righties. They hit righties pretty well. So, ooh, there's some 300s on here. Walks. No. Strikeouts. Oh, hell no. Hits. Earn runs? No. I mean, he's either great or he blows up. He is an elevator. He is a difference of both. And he is up and down too, so I can't take any of his props. What's the total? 8.5. You know, I already got Berrios over. I see Toronto hits. They should hit Gray pretty well, mainly because of this matchup. Just seeing this and how they do against righties, I feel good about that. And the fact that they're hitting so well right now. But I don't want to take them to win because I think Gray is going to pitch well. So I think I'm going to take Berrios over 2.5 earned runs, and I'm going to take the over 8.5. I feel that good. I feel good about that one. Give me that 4-4 guaranteed win. I'll take that. So we'll do that and move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got the Braves and the Mets. And you can see it's basically a pick 'em here. 8 is your total. Looking at the bats, pretty high percent on Murphy, 69 based on what they've done this year. 3.3 batting 200 is the Braves. That's 24th and 24th in both of those in the last 3 games. Mets 3.7, 160. That's 21st, 29th in the last 3 games. So both teams are not doing well when it comes to scoring or batting at all much. And they're both striking out an absolute ton. You can see the numbers there on the strikeouts. Looking at the pitchers, we have Mr. Lopez going out there with his 212 at a 119. Dude's been Mr. All-Star. You can see the stats. He's pretty much a beast, but his last couple of games, he's given up a lot of hits. 3 earned runs, 4 earned runs. I mean, he went forever without giving up more than 2 earned runs, though. So his last 2 real starts have been earned runs. That's concerning a little bit, but I still think he's a beast, let's be honest. And now Peterson, he's been pitching great too. So the first thing I'm going to be taking is the Murphy. Gotta do it. I gotta do it. You have 2 pretty good pitchers, and you have 2 terrible offenses. They're currently terrible offenses. So let's look at the props, see if anything stands out closer. We're on Lopez. We'll go Lopez, Mets, Lopez, history. I guess these guys, Lindor, 111 and 18 bats is not good. One home run, 455 for 11. That's pretty good with a home run. You can see the numbers. Mets versus righties. Mets are better against lefties. I will say this every time I talk about the Mets. Look at the stats. Hits. I mean, come on. What is this? What's going on here? I don't know. That's weird. So hits, strikeouts, earned runs. Like, look at this forever. Look at all these under 2.5s, and all of a sudden, bang, bang. I need to see what's going on, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Walks is gonna be a pass, and outs are going to. I think he'll get there. So I think I'm going to be taking Lopez over 17.5 PO. I don't think the Mets tee off on him. So, and head to head, the one time he faced him was April 9th and he went 18. So you can see there. And let's look at Peterson. Look at his info. See what we got going on. History. Ozuna's got 2 home runs and 14 at-bats. Yeah. Ozuna's going to go on to the bats that stood out list. Ozuna. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even see Olsen. 3 home runs and 13 at-bats. Oh, oops. Well, there you go. That might actually stand out more. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Olsen's been not doing too well this year, has he? Olsen has 269. He'll still go on the list. So we'll see that. Look at the props. Strikeouts for Peterson's a no. Hits are going to be not with these offenses. No. Earned runs, no. Walks. He too does walk a ton of people, does he not? And outs. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Dude is consistent in that. Walks though. Both sides are striking out so much. I just can't. I can't trust. I can't trust that. So for me, I'm taking the Nerfy for sure. I'm taking that Lopez over 17.5 pitching outs. I don't think I want to touch the under of 8. I don't like that. So we'll just take that Nerfy, Lopez over pitching outs and move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Minnesota and Detroit. You have Minnesota's a pretty moderate heavy favorite today. 8.5 is your total. Looking at the bats, we see 51-51 on the Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 5.3 and a 2.67 average for Minnesota in their last 3. That's 11th and 12th. Pretty good numbers. Detroit, 4.3, 242. They finally got Scooble some help. They got 7 runs today. Good job, guys. You did it. So 15th and 19th in the last 3. So, I mean, Minnesota has a slight advantage offensively, but not by much. Looking at the pitching, somebody named Alex Stato is going out there, and you can see he is a reliever. That's why I haven't heard of him much. So it is a bullpen game for Detroit. That's why Minnesota's favored by so much. And even though he's a bullpen dude, he still gives up some runs. So that's fun. Ober, however you say it, is going out there for Minnie. We can see his game log, what he has done. He faced Detroit on 4th of July, 7 hits, 1 earned, 1 home run, 8 Ks. Pretty good game. Can't complain. Let's look at the props. Look a little closer because he's the only one I can look at because they don't give me props for relievers, obviously. You shouldn't have them anyways. So we can go Minnesota, Detroit, Obed, history. Keith has a home run and 7 at-bats. Vierling has a 417 average and 12 at-bats. That's what stands out. Detroit against righties, they're better against lefties. You can see the numbers. Nothing stands out from anyone that actually plays. So looking at the earned runs, 1.5 is the number for Aubert against Detroit. That's too low. Come on, that's too low. Strikeouts. How is Detroit doing on strikeouts? 23rd. He only got 4 against Philly. Oh, how is he? Now, he's faced Detroit 6 times since last year, and he struck him out 5 out of 6 times. He's hit 6 strikeouts. Okay. You got me. I'm sold. I mean, yeah, I'll do that. These are all head-to-head numbers. I need 2024. That's what I want. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it. Bear over 5.5 Ks. Yeah. Yeah, I feel good about that. Hits, walks, and outs. And recently, he's been hitting those outs, too. But he did start low. I like the Ks better. He has a history of hitting strikeouts. So we'll do that on the strikeouts for sure. Over, was at 5.5? Obear over? Yeah, 5.5. Yeah, pretty good odds, too. Go back here. Can I look at? Yeah, I can. I can go. Yeah, we can see how history. There is a history. Hey, Martinson's got a home run. Not many at bats because dude's a reliever. We can see Minnesota versus righties. They're better against lefties, so you can see nothing's truly standing out here either. Under might be only thing is Miranda's got a 354. That's impressive. So outside, there's no props for him. So for me, I'm gonna take over 5.5 strikeouts over on that. I'm not gonna take a money line. I'm just not feeling paying that much for Minnesota. I mean, over is great, but uh, yeah, the offense is starting to trend down for Minnesota. I don't like that. Detroit's trending up. So yeah, we'll just take Ober, nothing else, and move on to the next game. All right, next up, Chicago, the juggernaut that is the Chicago Cubs and the Royals. We have the Royals pretty heavily favored. We have an 8.5 total. Looking at the bats, 49.2 Nerfy based on what they've done this year, 3.7 for 21st, 196 for 26. But today they got 9 runs, but they still only batted 250 though. So crazy. KC 5.3 about 298. They still went forward with 265 today, so you still got to give Casey the advantage in the offense by probably still get a pretty decent margin. And neither team are striking out much at all. You can see that. So let's look at the pitchers. Reagan's is going out there today, 3.23 to 1.15. You can see the stats. Hasn't faced the Cubbies recently. His worst game was a 6.5 against Cleveland. Outside of that, dude's been pretty good. Can't complain about these. Assad's going out there for the Cubs, 3.15 to 1.38. You can see his stats. He has not faced the Royals recently. He's only pitched a couple games since June 23rd, and because he's a starter, but his innings are weird. So there you go. He's like a reliever starter. It's a long range start. It's weird. It's a weird setup. So, so he's working into it. He's trying to get there to that 5 number. So you got to I give the advantage to Reagan's for sure. And on the bats, I give the advantage to KC. So instantly, I'm already thinking KC money line. But we will look at the props, look a little closer, see what we see. Reagan's. We're on Assad. We'll do Assad first. Assad, KC history. Nothing. 0 averages, 5 total at bats. Renfro 0 for 3. Nothing really new. KC righties, they hit lefties better. So, but when we still got a 341 for Bobby Witt because Bobby Witt's just awesome. So, outside of that, 265, 275. Yeah, let's look at some props. Walks, 6 walks. Damn. Strikeouts. No one's striking out on either team, so that's a pass for me today. Hits is going to be a no. Earned runs is a no. Pitching outs. Oh, God, no. Terrible. So, yeah, pass on those. Let's go over to Reagan's matchups. Reagan, history, Cubs, bang, no home runs. Not many at-bats, and nothing stands out. Chicago versus lefties, they're about 50-50 either way. Nothing really. There's a 298. No one's at 300. There's a couple ones on there. Yee, okay. Earned runs, no. Strikeouts, again, they're not striking out, so we're going to pass. Hits, 2 up and down. Oh, nothing there, and that's tempting. This one is tempting, but Chicago just blew up a little bit. I want to make sure they don't blow up again, so we're not going to take pitching outs for them. If anything, I'm going to take KC money line. That's what I'm going to take. KC on the money line. I take them to win. I don't know if Chicago. I want to see if Chicago can get more than 4 runs again. They got 9 today. We'll see if they do it again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, won't get fooled again. Words of Joe W. So, with KC money line, I ain't gonna take nothing else. We're gonna go on the next game. All right, next up we got the Doyers and we got the Stros, and it's Houston's slight favorite at home. 9 is your total. Looking at the bats, 42.6%. Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 4 runs, 265 for LA in the last 3. That's 19th and 13th. Houston 6.7, 327 in the last 3. That's 5th and 2nd. Houston's offense is en fuego right now. They are smoking. They're hot. So, and they're not striking out much, but Dodgers are almost last. They're striking out a ton. They struck out 16 times today. So, yeah, look at the pitchers. We have Arrighetti Spaghetti going out there. He's been up and down. You see, hasn't faced the Dodgers, but I mean, Detroit rocked him pretty good. Toronto rocked him. Oakland got him for 7-4. So, but also he had a couple good games. So, and River Ryan is going out there for LA. He's pitched 1 game, 5.1, 4 hits. Not a bad game for your first game. So can't complain there. So let's look at props. Look a little closer, shall we? Let's start with Arrighetti because we know Arrighetti, Mr. Spaghetti Man. He has not faced in Dodgers, so nothing stands out. there's nothing there to even look at. So Dodgers versus righties, you can see Holtani is 333, and Freeman is on the list. He's on the emergency family list. So we don't know when he's coming back. So I don't even think they even list what's going on. So he's out. He's on here, but I think he's out right now. He's not going to be in the lineup. So that's something we need to worry about. Look at the props a little bit. Outs is a no. Hits are a no. Earned runs, he's trending upward. That's not good. Earned runs he's either great or bad. That's all he is. And walks. He's getting better at walks. So you can't take walks with him anymore. Trash. And this dude has one game. What are we going to do? So, all we can really look at is Houston versus righties. We can look at that, which is 50-50. Nothing truly. We got a couple 290s, but no 300s. Nothing standing out there. So this is a weird one. The offense leans Houston. They're both trending up, but LA's doing good too. I don't really. It's this matchup here. It's Ryan versus Houston. I think Houston gets some runs off. I think the Dodgers get some runs off of Arrighetti. What's the total? 9. Ugh, too high. That's too high. Feels 8.5. I would, but 9. Ooh, that's a push at 9 too. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one, guys. I'm not feeling it at all. I'm not feeling nervy. I'm not feeling nothing. So for me, I'm going to lay off this one completely. I'm going to pass and just move on to the next game. Next up, Miami and Milwaukee. Miami team total over. No, kidding. We got to look first. We got Milwaukee. They're back at 200 again. How many times am I going to teach you this lesson, old man? You're going to learn not to take Milwaukee every time. Total's 8.5. Miami won the game 7-3. They're on a 2-game win streak, both over Milwaukee. But yet Milwaukee's back to being 200 favorite. Eventually they're going to win, right? They got to. So 6.3 runs, 282 for Miami in the last 3. That's 7 and 10th. Milwaukee is 2.7 for 27th, while batting 250 for 17. So Miami, again, has the advantage offensively. Looking at the pitches, we have Kyle Tyler going out there from Miami. You can see what he's done. He is a starter, but he does not pitch that much. And he's only pitched 4 games since April. You can see what he's done. 9 hits, 3 earned. That's a lot of hits, but he kept him from scoring too much. 3-2, 4-1, 3-2. That's not bad. Let's be honest. You could be worse. Nothing. And he's pretty good too. You can see he has not faced Miami recently. His numbers are all pretty good as well. So we have 2 pretty good pitchers. That's what I see. I see nothing that stands out here. I don't really lean either side on the pitcher. I do lean Miami on the bats. But we'll look at props just to see if anything stands out. We'll start with Tobias Myers. History, nothing there. Miami versus righties. They hit righties pretty good. Everything's a lot of green up here, and then there's a 338. There's some good numbers. Look at props. Outs is a no. Strikeouts is it was good. They're striking out more. What are the strikeouts at? 19 and 16. Middle of the road strikeouts. No, I'm gonna pass. Hits might be something. He's been pretty good. Let's be honest. I can't do earned runs. I can't do walks. Yeah, nothing stands out for him. Let's look at his pitching now. Boom, boop, boop. Nothing. Milwaukee versus righties. They're about 50-50. Nothing really stands out here on this one. Let's look at these props. Earned runs, strikeouts, hits, walks, outs. I don't like any of the. Nothing stands out. Both offenses are pretty decent. Both pitchers are actually pretty decent. That makes this very hard. The odds are 8.5. I can't take it over or under. I can't take a nerfy because I feel the offenses are good enough to score, and I don't trust the pitchers to absolutely shut it down. So I don't trust the side. The only thing I'm really leaning is slightly towards Miami team total. But we see Tobias' numbers. He's been pitching pretty good, so it makes it hard. I think I got to pass on this one. Got to pass and move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Seattle and the White Sox. Seattle it's a pick'em basically in this one. It's a pick'em. That's interesting. I know Crochet's pitching, but weird. 7 is your total. Looking at the bats, we see 5.7, 269. That's 10th and 11th for Seattle in the last 3. Chicago 1.3 and 212. That's 29th and 22nd. They're both trending upwards, so that's good. 8.3 and 10 on strikeouts, and the Nerfies 55.8% based on what they've done this year. So you got to lean Seattle with the bats. Looking over at the pitchers, we have Crochet going out there. I mean, it seems like dude's trying everything he can to stay in Chicago. There was rumors talking about he refuses to pitch for a playoff team unless he signs an extension or some crazy stuff. So he might not be leaving Chicago. So who knows? You can see the stats. He's been pretty good. 4 innings last game, 2-4. It's like they're doing weird things. He only pitched 74. And before the break makes sense because they announced he was only going to pitch a couple innings and they were going to try to get their pitchers in. But this game makes zero sense to me. I don't know what the hell they're doing. So trying to rest him for the trade, I don't know. So and then Bryce Miller's pitching. You see what he does. Funny thing is, I have no props in this game, so I am stuck with just this information. I have nothing else to look at. I can see he gets roughed up a little bit. He did face the White Sox for 7 innings back on June 12th. Crochet did face Seattle on the 13th for 7 innings for 2-1. Hasn't faced them since. You can't even see that. Let me scroll down. 7 innings, 2-1. So you can see that there. Both decent games. I mean, Seattle Milan is what I would lean. I don't think Crochet is going to pitch much at all if he plays much. Hell, if he's even there by the time the game starts, he might get traded in the morning while I'm sleeping. So I'm going to take Seattle Moneyline while it's basically a pick 'em right now because the second Crochet is not pitching, it's going to skyrocket. So I'm not going to touch a Nerfy. Nerfy's been great in this series. Well, it was today. It wasn't yesterday, but I'm going to, take Seattle on the Moneyline mainly because of that. Because Miller's got good numbers. I think, I like his number. So, we'll take Seattle money line and move on to the next game. All right, next up, Washington and St. Louis. St. Louis is a pretty decent favorite. 8.5 is a total. Looking at this, pretty high Nerfy percent, but look at that offense for Washington. No shot taking a Nerfy. 69.4% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Washington, 8 runs a game in their last 3 for number 1, while batting 255 for 15. They batted 372 today with 14 runs. Wow. And then they traded Winkler. Winkler just got traded right after, during the game or right after the game was still going on when it was announced. That was wild. So Winkler's going to the Mets. St. Louis 3.7, 240. That's 2021st. I still lean Washington heavily on the offense. Looking at the pitchers, we see Mikolas is going out there. He faced Washington, had great games. 6.1, 6 hits, no earned, pretty decent. And then outside of that, got blown up a couple games there. Hers numbers are better. He doesn't have a blow up game. 6-4 and a 5-4 is his worst games, and that was against St. Louis. So, but not really bad numbers. So, looking at the props a little deeper, Mikolas, his history against the Nationals. Abrams has a home run. Oh, look, 2 home runs, but it's Winkler. He just got traded. So, all of this is gone for recently. Washington versus righties, they're about 50-50, and even the red ones are still some high numbers, so that's interesting. So I still feel pretty good about that. On the props, outs, I mean, this isn't bad. I just don't know if I can see him. He might get roughed up. I mean, I'm just saying, Washington's bats hit 14 runs today. If they hit another 8 runs off him, he ain't making it 6 innings. So just saying, hits, I can't, earn runs, strikeouts, walks, none of that looks good. Hers, let's look at his background, his history. Bang, bang, bang. Nothing here, not much data. No more than 2 at-bats. Cardinals versus lefties, they don't do well. A lot of 1s on here. There's a 3 for Carpenter, but outside of that, there's a 295 for Contreras. Yeah, I feel good about hers. Even though he didn't pitch well in his head-to-head, he only went 13 outs, but earned runs, he gave up 4. Let's look at he hasn't pitched many games, so either. So earned runs, strikeouts, hits, walks. The hits won, but I don't really trust St. Louis to get the hits. So I'm going to pass on that. And the outs. So for me personally, and also let's look at this real quick. Team props. Let's look at Washington. Team total is currently sitting at 3.5 for 130. Did they get 4 runs? I mean, you got 14 of them today, and now you're facing somebody who he shut you down last time, so I don't know if I could take that either. I think I'm going to have to take Washington moneyline. That's about the only thing I'm really liking in this game. So, Wash moneyline, which we saw earlier, is game lines. Nice, juicy one. So, we got a barking dog right here. So, I'll take Washington money line and move on to the next game. All right, next up we got the Rockies and the Giants. They just had a doubleheader. Now they're playing semi early today. That's going to matter. We have Giants as a pretty heavy favorite. 7.5 is your total. Blake Snell can't hurt you no more. He already had his strikeouts. He's done now. So we have Colorado with a 3-game losing streak. San Fran 3-game winning streak. 57.3 NERFI based on what they've done this year. 1.7 runs a game in their last 3 for 28. 144 average for 30th. And they struck out 13. No, they struck out more than that. Yeah, that number's not right at all, because I know Snell had 15 strikeouts himself. So that number comes from MLB's website. Interesting. There has been some errors occasionally on their website. So because Snell, 15 strikeouts in 6 innings is just absolutely mental. It was amazing. And you can see the numbers there. Everything leans San Francisco. The only thing is they just played a doubleheader, so that really messes with things. So looking at the pitchers, we got Gomber going out there. 4-7 with a 1-3. You can see the 6-4, 1-4. He hasn't faced San Fran recently, but dude gets blown up. I mean, he's getting better, but he's still giving up runs. And then Hicks is going out there for San Fran. 4-1 with a 1-3. Has not faced Colorado recently, but he gives up runs. So now we have the dilemma. We have 2 pitchers to give up runs. Cool. The total 7.5. The hell. I know they're probably a little tired because of the doubleheader, but we have 2 pitchers to give up runs. So for me, I'm going to, anytime I see 2 pitchers like that, I got to take the over 7.5. I just got to do it. It just doesn't make sense. Why? No. They could get, this should easily be 4-4, like quickly. Yeah, especially, So, because I think Colorado should be able to get at least 2 or 3 runs off of Hicks, mainly because you can see how he, 4, 5, 3, 3, 5, 0, 3, 2. Yeah, they should easily be able to get a couple. Gomber gives up 4, 4, 1, 4, 5, 4, 8. Yeah. Now I'm gonna take the over 7.5. I don't have props for this one at all either, which is fun because I guess because they played so much today, they didn't have props ready yet. So I'm just gonna take Colorado San Fran over 7.5. I guess, do I take what's 190? I don't know. I don't know about that, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, both pitchers are, but the averages, that is almost a 200-point difference. Okay, we're going to take over 7.5 in San Fran money line. San Fran money line is going to mainly be for the parlay piece, but we'll still have it on there. So San Fran money line over 7.5 next game. All right, next up we got Oakland and the Angels. Angels are a slight favorite. 8.5 is a total. Look at this. 60.5% NERFI based on what they've done this year. 4.7, 232. Oakland's offense, they were so hot, but they're trending down. 14th, now 21st in average in the last 3. Angels 3.3, 198. They're also trending down, but a little bit more than Oakland. So you still have Oakland slightly on the offense. So, but still, both trending down is not good. Pitching, Soriano. A lot of rumors this dude ain't going to be here after today. A lot of trade rumors for this dude. So he's faced Seattle twice. He faced Oakland 4 innings, 3 hits, 4 earned. You can see what he did. That was July 2nd. Since then, not much. So you can see what he does. Oakland sitting out Osvaldo Bido. I'm sure I butchered that completely, but you know what I'm saying. You can see it. It's just, you say it. How does it come out? Exactly. That's what I thought. Against the Angels, and the Angels, you can see 1 inning because it is a bullpen game for him, except he pitched 5 innings against Houston. So whatever. So he's a reliever, but I mean, I guess he can start too. And actually pitch. So I don't know. Who knows? They might be transitioning to be a starter. I'm not sure what they're doing because they got a 3 inning here, but then we got 4 and 5 back here. So he's up and down with him. So it's kind of hard to tell. So prop wise, I have it. We could look at kind of see how the history's gone. Nothing's really standing out against righties. LA is hitting, they're 50-50 on it. We got a 298 for O'Hop here, or Hoppy, whatever, but no one else really stands out. Looking at the hits, 4.5. I can't take none of his props because we don't know how long he's going to pitch. This is literally a shot in the dark. You just don't know. So we come over here to Soriano. We don't know if he's going to be wearing an Angels uniform this time in 24 hours. He might be shipped off somewhere, but we will always look. So history, Rooker, who has been beast moding recently, home run, Butler home run, Langlear's home run. So you can see that. Oakland versus righties, they like to hit some righties. So yeah, you can see they like this. Props against him. Strikeouts, 5.5. Nope. Hits, nope. Earned runs, nope. Nope. I he went 23 last time. I'm still gonna say no. I feel like this might go under, but I'm gonna pass on that. So we have the bats. Both teams are trending downward in the bats. We have the pitchers. One's doing bullpen work that could be 1 inning, could be 5 innings. We don't know. Soriano might get traded. We don't know. And then on top of it, the odds are basically a pick 'em slight to LA with an 8.5 total. This is just all weird. Who knows? I know nothing. I'm just going to pass on this one and move on to the next game. All right, Pittsburgh and Arizona. Pittsburgh's a slight favorite, 8.5 is the total. We see 48.8% nerfy based on what they've done. 4.3 and 208 the last three from 15th to 23rd. Pittsburgh's trending up slightly, but when you were that bad, you can easily trend up. Arizona, 7 runs, 323. They're still trending up. They got 9 runs at a 371 average. So yeah, they're still doing great. And strikeouts, they're not striking out much. Pittsburgh's middle of the road. So pitching, Diaz still ain't got no pitcher. Even the pitcher doesn't have a picture. So 3 games, they still ain't hooked him up yet. But he got destroyed against KC last game, 9-7. Before that, 2 good games. Keller is going out there. He's got a pitcher. 1-2-4, 3-2-4. You can see he hasn't faced Arizona recently, but he's pretty consistent. He kind of gets a little high in some earned runs, but not bad overall. Not bad. And Diaz had 2 great games before he faced a real offense and all of a sudden got destroyed. So, hey, let's see. Do we have props in this one? I do. So, look, Keller, history, Zona. We got some stats. Marte's got a home run. Suarez got a home run. Not many at bats, though. So, Marte's 444, not at bats, though. That's interesting. Arizona versus righties, though. Nothing's truly standing out. We got 1-300, but dude don't even play, so that doesn't count. So let's look at some props. Earned runs, strikeouts is a no. Hits, to be honest, not really standing. His hits might be a play because Arizona's bats are pretty, third in runs and batting average. Ooh, yeah, Keller. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that. Keller over 5.5 hits allowed. Walks and oots. No, let's go back to this. Let's go head to head. Ooh, he faced them twice last year and shut them down. Ooh, but he's gone over a good bit this year. How many plays I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. No, I'm gonna keep it. It's Sunday. I'm liking it. Last 10, he's giving up some hits. Yep. And we see Arizona is up and down against righties, so they're 50-50. I'll go with it. Let's do it. And let's pop over here to Diaz. Not much info over here at all because he hasn't pitched any against righties. They're 50-50 as well. Wait, help them put the right team on there. No, I want Pittsburgh. That's right. Yeah, 50-50 as well. You can see all the stats there. 289 for Reynolds. Ooh, got some ones on there. That ain't good. Okay. So let's look at some props. Not much to really work with because he hasn't pitched much, but we can still look at him. So I'm not liking any of those props. So I do. Now, do I want his hits or do I want to mess with Arizona team total? That might be the way to work with it here. Hold on. Arizona. Oh, over 3.5 or team total. Well, let me just take Keller off. Arizona team total over 3.5 because I'm adding that to my list because that is hit 80% of the time and it's 135. I'll take that. We'll do that. Arizona team total over 3.5. And then also, do I want to add the money line is a question I should ask. Money lines plus, they're plus money on top of that. I don't trust their pitcher. That's right. Yeah, I don't trust Diaz because I don't think he'll be this bad, but I think he gives at least 2 or 3. So we'll pass on everything else. We're gonna take Arizona team total over 3.5 and move on to the next game. All right, last game, Sunday Night Baseball, Yankees and Red Sox. This series, I said 2 days ago there'll be better series. Where's the pitching in this series? There's been like 50 hits in 2 games combined. It's been wild. So again, it's a pick 'em basically with an over of 9.5. Looking at the bats, 39% nervy, no shot. Look at the numbers. Look at them. Look at all these single digits, 7 and 8 in the last three. It's third and first, 310 average, 336 average. Boston's won in both of them, but they lost tonight. They're, I mean, I'm just blown away. The numbers are crazy. The pitchers, I mean, the victims, maybe I should say, is Rodon's going out there. Oh, Rodon, who in the month of July he's been pitching pretty good. Now he struggled like hell in June, so he struggled hard. He faced Boston 7-5, 5 innings back here, so you can see what he did. Since then, I mean, he's gotten better. I mean, it was Tampa Bay, whose offense we know isn't that good. Tampa Bay's offense isn't that good. Cincy's offense ain't that good, and Baltimore's been slumping, so he hasn't faced a good offense in the past 4 games. Interesting. And Tanner Hawk to same joke. Ha ha, funny, spit on that thing. Ha ha ha. Anyway, you can see 271, 109 game log. You can see against the Yankees 3-1, pretty good for 3 innings. Outside of that, just, I mean, 10 hits for 4 is not good. It was Colorado too. Like, what are you doing? It's Colorado. Oakland pitched a gem, but he struggled there. So, I mean, to me, both these pitchers are just victims. That's all they are, because these bats are coming for you. So for me, it's Sunday Night Baseball. I gotta take the over 9.5. Have you seen these recent scores? I can't take an under. I can't take a side. Nothing. I just want runs, and I think we'll get them because these bats are hitting everything. So, but we'll look at props. We can do that. Let's dig a little deeper. Rodon, history, Boston, history, bang. He's got a home run. And not much else, not many stats. Boston versus lefties is about, they hit lefties a little better, it looks like, as individuals. 333, 310, 323. Then there are a couple ones, like Abreu doesn't, or Sheeta doesn't. Let's look at some props. Walks, strikeouts, hits, earned runs, outs. Cutter already got me on the outs today. I'm not doing it again because, yeah, to see something like that. So we see Rodon's stuff there. Let's look over at Tanner Hawk. Not saying it. Not again. I already said it once. Can't do it twice. You can see how he has done historically. Torres has a home run. Judge and Soto, again, 300 is not bad. That's good. Soto's 0 for 3, but I said this exact same thing that the first video I made this morning, and these numbers weren't good against Cutter, and all of a sudden back-to-back home runs were hit. So, yeah, take that with what you will. So, Yankees versus righties are actually they do better against righties. And Soto and Judge both have over 300. We got some 260 for Cabrera. Yeah, so there's your stats there. Let's look at some props. Strikeouts, hell no. Earned runs, walks, outs. Yeah, no. For me, the only thing I want to take in this is we've had so many runs in the last 2 games. I just wanted to keep it up. Now, this could easily finish as a 2-1 final, but come on, the bats are this hot. You telling me as teams they can't do it? Please. I'm going to take it. Over 9.5 and call it a day. That's it. That's all 15 games broken down. It was fun to do this at now 2:45 in the morning. Hey, it took an hour to do it, but we got it done, right? So only thing I forgot to do is I keep forgetting to put a section for the moneyline parlay, and I'm going to make it right now. So let's see what moneylines I even have. I have Philly, I have San Diego, I have KC, I have Seattle, Washington, San Fran. I have 6 moneylines. Oh, okay. So let's go back to the main screen, look at some odds real quick. Philly, I'm not going to put the underdogs in here, so all right, so Philly is going to go on there for sure. How about Diego? Diego's a big dog. Diego's a barking dog. We can't do them. KC should be a favorite. They are. Kansas City. Seattle. Seattle should be. It's a pick 'em. I'll put Seattle in there. It's against the White Sox. I mean, come on. If you lose the White Sox, what are you doing? In this economy? Come on. So Seattle. Washington is a dog. I know they're a barking dog. Yep, they are right there. And lastly is San Francisco, which is a heavy favorite. So yeah, we'll do that. So we'll do that. So the moneyline parlay is going to be Philly, KC, Seattle, San Francisco. Bass has stood out. I did Olsen, but I didn't write anybody else's name down. I kind of forgot. So I blame that on being super late. I'm kind of tired. So you saw everything. I'm sure some things stood out to you. So Those are all my plays. That's the Moneyline Parlay. Drop a like, subscribe, share. All this stuff, looking at all of these people and everything. If you like what you saw, this is Outlier. Check it out. There's a link in the description. You get it a week for free. It's awesome. You get to see all this stuff. I use it every day. It's an amazing website. I have done so much better when I started to use their data because I could never make this stuff. So check them out. Link in the description. Also, if you want to skip the all watching video, if you want the recaps, you got to become a member or just join the Discord. I put it both there so you can check it out there too. Trying to build a community of people that are trying to bet smarter and not just try to chase lotto tickets, because that's what it seems like everybody's doing, is just lotto ticket chasing. It's like, how many people are going broke doing that? You got to have some people that try to bet smart. That's what we're trying to do around here. So outside of that, in the comment, let me know. Hell, let me know what time you watch this. That's a fun one. Tell me what time you watch this, and then let me know your favorite play of the day, because I need some more plays. I pass on a good bit of things. So that's it. I'm going to bed. See ya.